Lend your ears, lend your hands, lend your movement, anything you can. Come to teach, come to be taught, come in the likeness and the image of God.
All right, who's ready to have a great big laugh before going home for a Sunday night? Yeah? All right. Well, we've been on tour now with Steve since Perth a few weeks ago, and Steve's just sort of making a comeback after having some time off, which he's going to run through in his little talk. But it's great to see him getting back in the saddle, and he's as funny as hell. So please, a big warm welcome for Steve Hughes.
Thank you very much. Hello. G'day. Is this on? Oh, it is on. I'm all right. You all right? Yeah. Good. Well, you're here at least. That helps. Yeah, so am I. Otherwise, this would be pretty fucking boring. Wouldn't it? Just staring at an empty stage. Just like watching TV. Except more exciting. I'll get started in a minute.
Take your time.
I will take my time, love. I'm in Brisbane. What else is there to fucking do? Just Australia in general. What the fuck are you doing in Australia? That's why I left. I remember as a kid, I was born here just... I know I don't look as though I'm from here. I look like some kind of Hungarian Jew. Which I actually had confirmed for me by a woman in Stockholm in Sweden when I was touring there. I was in the street and she came up to me and she started speaking Swedish, asking for directions. Well, I don't know if she was asking for directions. She's speaking Swedish, but she's speaking to me in Swedish. I said, I'm sorry, madam, I don't speak English. I don't speak Swedish. I only speak English. And she went, really? Well, where are you from? I said, Australia, actually. She went, really? I said, no, I don't look it, do I? I look like a Hungarian Jew. And she went, yes. I got a haircut. Well, yeah. People get very upset when you have long hair and suddenly you cut your hair. Why'd you cut your hair? You had such long hair, why'd you cut your hair? I was going through a bit of a change. I wanted a bit of a change, so I thought, hair or wrists? I went for hair. I mean, you don't want to go for wrists and then hold the mirror up and go, fuck, I don't like that. Oh, shit. And I don't know, I may pull notes out, I don't know what I'm going to do. I've been improvising, I did quite a long show in Melbourne last. I've been going through quite a harrowing situation. I should have met Sam about a year ago, perhaps. I wouldn't have run myself into the fucking ground for all my rants about not being involved in the Matrix. I was completely involved in the Matrix because, I took drugs and ate shit food and travelled continually and ate out of service stations for 15 years. And that's not a wise thing to do. You should take a holiday. You should come to fucking Queensland. Sit in the sun. What are you doing? Fucking nut. Plus, you never bump into everything. Everything seems to be so fucking wide in Brisbane, isn't it? I've been in your houses, your fucking halls are wide, your lounge rooms are massive. I mean, look at the fucking things out there. I mean, there's no one in there. These corridors out here, I'm thinking, fuck, is Brisbane overpopulated or are you just fat as fuck? I'm going like, how much room do you need? I'm sorry if I swear a lot, if anyone gets offended by swearing. I don't mean to swear a lot, but I was born in Australia and it just keeps fucking coming out. I try not to swear. I've looked at some of my own videos and some of my own recordings and listened back to them and thought, Jesus Christ, I've offended myself. But But I've never particularly, I don't swear to offend anybody. I don't talk about anything to offend anybody. But I must admit, straight up, we'll talk about political correctness. And this is a kind of debate about the idea of Freedom Summit. Then we'll talk about things like that. I've done many jokes about things like health and safety and political correctness, which I believe are small forms of oppression, just to eventually bring in a kind of police state and their sort of, health and safety regulations. There's older people here this evening. You would have remembered when you grew up, there was no health and safety regulations, was there? No, they weren't called that. They were called common fucking sense, weren't they? You young people, you've grown up with health and safety regulations. You're trying to get you out of this mindset. Common sense, I'll explain it to you. It's like this, See, there's a great big deep hole. Do you reckon I should step in it? No, I'm going to walk around the edge like that. Look at that. People these days going, fuck, where'd you learn to do that? Well, you see, my parents, they taught me not to be a fucking idiot. They didn't look after me emotionally, which is why I'm a comedian, but they did teach me not to walk into fucking holes. Australia, it's just everywhere. I used to like to go to the Netherlands. I've lived in the Netherlands for periods of time. See, they don't have... the EU is slowly putting health and safety in there, of course, but still, it's not an overprotectionist society like this one in the sense of extremities. I mean, you're in the Netherlands, they sell pot, they sell mushrooms. You're in a city, there's trams, there's buses, there's cabs, there's bikes, there's trucks, there's push bikes going everywhere. There's a road next to a canal. Is there a fence? No. God, Australia, you had a situation like that, you a big sign, big fence, don't go in the water, you fucking idiots. You'll all fall in the water and one of you'll drown, $50 fine if you go into the water. Get away from the water. Amsterdam, is your bike wet? Yeah, you're on the wrong bit. It's easy to work out, mate. I mean, I did a gig in London. London, of course, has health and safety regulations. The Western world has health and safety regulations, the small form of the oppression of our physical movement, I was doing a show in London in the theatre, we go to the dressing room, the light bulb's not there, it's not working. We go and see the stage manager. Do you reckon you could change the light bulb? He goes, I'm not allowed anymore, Steve. I'm like, what do you mean, mate? You're the stage manager. He goes, I know, mate, 30 fucking years, but, times have changed. Light bulbs, I haven't done the course. The light bulb course. Well, haven't you got a dad? That's the light bulb course we went to, isn't it? Dad, your light doesn't work. Come here. Take it out of the box. Here's your certificate. Now you got to put a fluorescent jacket on to go to the toilet. And political correctness, of course, if you choose to be offended, that's entirely up to you. You have every right to be offended. They're trying to take away your right to be offended as well. You have a right to be offended. You don't have any right to hold me, responsible for your emotional world space, to how you react to me. That's your responsibility. Don't let them take that away from you by saying, oh, you should be offended. But no. If you're offended by me, it's easy. You're an adult. You just get up and go, I don't like that skinny, big-nosed bastard. I'm going to go home. And then you leave. What's wrong with leaving a show you don't like or you find offensive? You're an adult, aren't you? Just get up and go, I'm going. Someone took me to see Madonna once. I left. Why? Well, shit. After the third costume change in the first song, I thought, well, what the fuck is this? I'm going. Why? I'm offended. Political correctness is just intellectual colonialism and psychological fascism for the creation of thought crime. Don't get involved in it. I'm wary of it. I'm wary of it. telling you what you should be offended by. You don't need anyone to monitor your interior world space. Being offended is entirely up to you as an individual, or a tradition, or a group, or a collective, or your moral conditioning, or your religious beliefs. It's entirely up to you. And even if you do get offended by something, really, if you think about it, nothing really happens. You can be offended, but it's an erroneous response to the way you're conditioned. Nothing really happens to be protected from, except your own emotions. And you don't want an outside source governing your emotions, do you? Nothing happens if you get offended. It's not you go, I went to the comedy show, and comedian, yes, he said something about the Lord, and I was offended. And when I woke up in the morning, I had cancer. Nothing happens. We live in this overprotectionist world as they're sitting there bombing the fuck out of everybody and telling us that we need more freedom, so we bomb more people, and everything's war, chaos, and health and safety. So, you know, it's bomb, and fucking fluorescent jackets. How does this balance out? This is too weird. The West is becoming overprotectionised, and yet we bomb the fuck out of everybody else. I'm on the plane, I was flying over here, right? Not Malaysian Airlines, obviously, right? I'm here. But so that was quite an intriguing situation, wasn't it? When a plane went missing, we can't find it. I went, well, where did it go? Well, it fell in the sea. Well, maybe it's in the sea. Well, we can't find it. Well, the Earth is covered by 2/3 of ocean. Maybe you just can't fucking find it. Oh no, we've got machines, we can find, why shouldn't we be able to find it? I go, well, I know people who can't find their car keys. And they're in the house. I'm on the plane, I'm sitting there, I'm watching the film, I'm eating some nuts. Next minute, the steward comes up to me, the stewardess, she goes, I go, yeah? She goes, I just need to let you know, the woman behind you, she just informed me she has a nut allergy. I said, well, that's fair enough. Well, it's just I noticed you're eating nuts. I said, yeah? I'm eating nuts. Well, you know, it's just that she's allergic to nuts. I said, well, I went off her a nut. Well, I just think it would be safer. Well, I'm not going to fucking nut rape her, am I? What do you think? Halfway through the film, this is boring. Have a cashew, you bitch. Have a... So you don't have to be like that. I just thought it would be safer. But you gave me the fucking nuts. See, what's in the nuts? Who are these nut allergy people? See, I've destroyed my own health with fucking, you know, stress and drugs and exhaustion. It's a bit of a shame. I grew up in the 60s and 70s, living in the bush. I wondered why I could just keep going, and now I realise because nature gave me a fucking immune system, which is great, and I've trashed the fucker. Shit. But now, nut allergy. What the fuck are these nut allergy people? What's in the nuts? When I grew up, the older people in it, no one had a nut allergy. Everyone just ate a nut. No one's head expanded. Now, you see these people in London, these middle-class mothers where I used to live on the bus. I saw you up the back of the bus with your nuts, you fucking terrorist. Stay away from my kids. This is Timmy. He's got allergies, you know. You can't have nuts or egg whites or sesame seeds. I'm thinking, well, fucking kill it. This one's not going to make it. In the planet you're living on, you've got fucking radio waves going through the air, you've got a mobile phone strapped to your face and dropping nuclear weapons in the sea, and this poor bastard can't eat a nut. He's out! Now they've got allergies because we've been eating their shit frankenfood. It's just normal to have an allergy. No, it's fucking not. Older people are healthier than us because they eat food, real food. Now you have to buy organic food. Food's supposed to be fucking organic. Comes out of the earth. Oh no, this is organic food. Well, where the fuck did this stuff come from then? What's this? We made that. Out of what? Don't you worry about it. Watch the telly. Buy some nuts. Old people have got better immune systems. There's old men in Scotland who've never eaten a vegetable. Not one. Their whole life drinking beer, eating meat, carrying on. Would you like some broccoli? Do I look like I've got a fucking vagina? Fuck off! And then they tell you, I saw an ad in Australia on the TV, I don't watch it, but one day I was at my brother's and was on, and gee, why do you yell on the TV in Australia so much? Why is there so much yelling? You probably don't even notice, you've been watching it for so many years, you're just conditioned. See, I've been in England for 15 years, I'm used to, welcome to BBC 4. Stephen Fry with French literature in modern Britain. Not fucking carpets, carpets, carpets! Calm down, mate, it's a carpet. I know there's not much to do here, but just get a hobby. Fucking carpets, come on down, we'll fucking see you. Just, oh, Jesus Christ, calm down. Your nervous system's fried, shut up. I had some show on the TV here, it's some 7-second rule regarding health and safety, with the idea that if your food falls on the ground for a certain amount of time, it's unedible now because the germs have got it, so it's time to throw it in the bin. The 7-second, how long's your cupcake? Your cake bin down there. Ooh, 10 seconds, in the bin! That's not capitalism to its highest degree. You drop your cake, did you? How long? 10 seconds? Take it away. We got some more, you know. That one's fucked. Wait till the apocalypse comes, then you'll eat your cupcake, won't you? You're eating the dead flesh of radiated men. How long's this body been here for? 2 weeks? I'm in! Ooh, is he gluten-free? Ooh, I'm not eating the nuts. Forget that. I'm allergic. Oh, well, you're a good crowd. Sorry, sir? I have no idea. I was too busy taking cocaine to even care what that meant. I should have probably read that book. What is lactose? Oh, milk. Oh, I don't drink milk. I haven't drunk milk for years. It seems a bit weird. I want to just suck it on a cow's tit. You probably drink milk like that. That would be the best way to drink it. You know, in some bottle from somewhere. Where'd you make this? We made it with the nuts. No, thanks. Oh, so yeah, it's wonderful. It's good. It's horrible if a crowd doesn't laugh. Means you're in Melbourne. I know they're all right, Melbourne. When I first used to gig there, they were funny. They used to laugh like this. It's like gigging for the Dutch. Is there any Dutch people here? There is. Excellent. Hello, brother. Where are you from? Oh, sister. Sorry, I saw your husband there. Where from?
A place called Deventer. I'm not from Amsterdam. It seems like everyone else is from there.
Yeah. Well, I've been to sort of Maastricht, Utrecht, and Amsterdam, and Rotterdam, but you see, Holland was the first place I did comedy outside of the English-speaking countries. Say about the year 2000, the Dutch didn't have that many stand-up comedians per se compared to England then, and it's very interesting, man. I mean, you make the Dutch people laugh, they'll laugh, but if you don't make them laugh, they will stare at you till you fucking cry. Oh, they don't heckle. It's not England or Australia anyway. There's no heckling. Not going good. They're just... It's like silence down to a profound art form. It's like an inverted vortex of quiet. You can feel it. It's sort of palpable. I did a show in Amsterdam one night. There's about 300 people there, and it's not going well. I remember standing there by myself, just in the vortex of quiet, just thinking to myself, fuck. No wonder those Nazis couldn't find that Anne Frank chick. The Germans are here, be quiet, no problem. So I grew up here. I've always felt estranged here, I must admit. In Australia, I have an English father, Australian mother. Some Scottish bloke said that makes me Welsh. I don't know what that means, but I must admit I found it strange to be in Australia growing up. I was into art, and you know, I was in the 70s, so I might as well have just been gay. In the isolation, there was no internet. Young people growing up here with the internet, we used to just be out here. There was about 27 of us here then, and in this fucking continent that takes a day and a half to fly across, the side of the world where no one comes. It's fucking quicker to get to the moon than fucking Europe, and I used to stand around in the heat just going, what the fuck? What kind of karmic fuck up is this? And then those hot afternoons when the sun's just coming through the trees and you can see dust. It's just about 40 fucking degrees. You're a fucking white man. Then you just hear that bird, that... Fucking just blows through your soul. You fucked up in a past life, buddy. I've never even seen that bird. I don't even know what it looks like. I just heard the fucker. Well, just... The desolation bird. I mean, I've been to many places in the world now, I understand, you know. You must be grateful. I was born in Sydney. I could have been born in far worse places. I could have been born in Palestine or Haiti or, you know, the Gold Coast. Sydney, I think, has the most mental cases in the city for reasons. I'm sure Australia's got some full-blown mental cases out in the middle of nowhere. I don't know what those poor bastards are up to, just probably drinking with that bird. But I think Sydney, I've been to all the states in Australia now, and I think Sydney does have the most lunatics. It's any second of the day in Sydney, some tracksuit wearing lunatic can just appear from behind a tree. What the fuck are you staring at, mate? You just... Fuck, I have no idea. Hello. You some type of poofter, mate? I don't know. How many types are there? You think you're fucking better than me? Well, I don't think. But I'm a generous man, so let's see if we can help you find your shoes, shall we? Did you leave them with your teeth? Come on, let's see if we can find them. I mean, I was in some kebab shop in Sydney one night. This guy walks in, no shoes, he's got shorts on, no shirt, just holding an indoor plant. Just wanders into the guy working there, he goes, "Give me some food." This guy goes, "No." He goes, "Why not?" He said, "Because you're a fucking idiot." And he looked at me and went, he is a fucking idiot. He went, come on, mate. Give me some food. You can buy my marijuana plantation. $5. He went, mate, go home. He said, how can I go home? I am homeless. Which made me wonder, what the fuck's he doing with an indoor plant? That is a picture to paint. Not me, I don't paint. Is there any English people here? Hello, madam. Where are you from?
Originally London.
Fucking London. Fucking love it. Which part of London? North. Oh. Crouch End. That's where I used to live. Muswell Hill, Crouch End. Crouch End sounds so much better, yes. I was with the artists, you see, in Crouch End. We used to go to Muswell Hill. Where are you from, sir? London. You're fucking big, London is. It's the size of Australia. He's going London. You can be on the tube for fucking an hour and a half. London. Oh, that bit. Yeah. Which part of London? Oh, well, what? Well, you're embarrassed. I lived in Walthamstow, for fuck's sake.
No Walthamstow.
Crouch End? Oh, yeah, I love Crouch End. My ex-girlfriend lived Crouch End. She still does. Not with me. I'm not happy about that. I'll tell you why later. You live out here? Yeah. For many years? Yeah. Few years? Yeah. I like to tell all these... No, I know what I'm going to do. It's just only which order to put it in. Well, I'll tell you about, maybe you don't know this. I've been telling a lot of people throughout Europe, United Kingdom and Ireland and so forth, a little bit about, well, not Australia as a whole, but Sydney, of course, which Sydney probably, whether you like it or not, probably has the two most famous landmarks represented to Australia, to the rest of the world, or by Australia, to the rest of the world, which is the, of course, the Sydney Harbour Bridge and the Opera House, probably the two most famous icons besides Uluru, which you would equate with Australia. And I'd like to tell the British people, or anyone, Europeans, the Dutch, but if you don't know about the history of these things, I'll tell you about the Sydney Harbour Bridge and about how we named it. Because that was a long day. Here we've got a bridge in Sydney, goes over the harbour. I mean, probably took a little longer to name than the Great Sandy Desert, but... And the Snowy Mountains must have taken fucking ages to name them. Well, we just don't seem to give a shit in Australia when it comes to naming things. You look at all the states in Australia, you get the three of the English names, Queensland, New South Wales, Victoria. Yeah, they said we can name the rest. South Australia, Western Australia, the Northern fucking Territory, is that alright? Well, we named everything, looks like I've got the rest of the week off. Fucking brilliant. I mean, one of the first times I came up to Brisbane to do some shows, I'm in the taxi, going to the venue, I said to the cab driver, we're going through the city, there's a big river there. I said, so what's the name of this river? He went, Brisbane River. I said, yeah, I thought it fucking might be. And of course we have the Opera House. And boy, that comes in handy. There's nothing Australians like more, really. A good fucking opera. Oh yeah, fuck the cricket, get me down to that opera. Let's watch this fat cunt sing. So it's a cliche against the British. Their food is shit. It's a cliche because it's true, so you must be enjoying food at least if you're staying away from the Fruit Loops and the nuts. Well, you know, I lived in Britain for 15 years. I've done many great things. I love their country. I'm originally from there. I feel at home in England, but the food, you know, it's a cliche, but it's fuck. I lived in Manchester for many years. In Mancunians, they like to have a baked potato with baked beans on it, with just a bit of grated cheese on the top. Stick it in a polystyrene tub, get a wooden fork, sit down, eat it in the rain. Lovely. Okay, look at that, Steve. It's lovely, isn't it? I'm going, no, it's not. It's the 21st century. That's fucking disgusting. My flatmate's going, what's wrong with you, Steve? Don't you like baked beans? Yeah, I don't mind baked beans. He goes, what? Don't you have them in Australia? I said, yeah, we have baked beans in Australia. We don't go out for them. Sunday afternoon, tracksuit pants. Well, England's interesting in that scenario. Food. It's the only country in the world where you can get a hot Coke and a cold sausage roll from the same shop. They're British. They're a bit tough. We call them whinging poms. We whinge far more. They don't give a fuck. They get their cold pie and just go fucking lovely. Off they fucking go. You'll sit there going, there's tourists every day all over England, especially in London and so forth, all standing around with their Cokes going, oh. The fuck did they get it this hot? It's not even warm here. I am from Nigeria. I've never had a Coke this hot. I think they should keep the sausage rolls next to the Coke. Strange kind of class system mentality when it comes to food in a way, you know. You just go, do you have any sauce? Yeah, red or brown. Colours. What flavour are they? Red flavour? Fucking brown flavour, you smart ass Australian cunt. That's what flavour they are. My flatmate used to go, stop your bitching, Steve, carrying on. He goes, we got fish and chips. I said, I know you've got fish and chips. Many people have got fish and chips, and I know you've got fish and chips. But see, the Portuguese have got 365 different recipes for cod. Not fish. Cod. But see, when it comes to England, you know, they brought us Black Sabbath, and Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, Venom, Motorhead, Def Leppard, Deep Purple, Led Zeppelin, and the Rolling Stones, and the Who, and the Beatles, and the Smiths, and the Cure, and the Damned, and the Clash, and the Sex Pistols, and the Police, and Peter Gabriel, and Kate Bush, and Jarvis Cocker, and David Bowie, and Queen, and Pink Floyd, and Radiohead, and Supertramp, and the Chemical Brothers. How many Portuguese bands are you into? None. You want to know why? You're all dicking around with cod. Should give these Portuguese bastards some baked beans, they might write a fucking song. So I lived in Manchester for many years, in the centre of the city, near Canal Street. You know Canal Street of Manchester? It's some people throughout Britain have heard of it. It's quite a famous street in northern England, especially in Manchester and the surrounding counties, because it's the gay, the gay village, the pubs and the clubs, and restaurants and so forth. Sydney has Oxford Street. I'm sure there's a gay area in Brisbane or somewhere. This is the famous one in northern England, in Manchester. Canal Street, and the British being very witty, of course, they always spray paint off the sea. And the S on street. Anal treat, if you didn't get that. But I was meeting a friend of mine there, a guy from Liverpool. He said, just meet me in the gay village. They've got a beer garden, we can smoke, we'll have a drink, talk. I said, fair enough. So I was going there, and as I was walking to the gay village, I did think to myself, what? How come? All over the world, how come the gays, how come they always get a village? Oh, the Chinese get a town. And the gays get the village. Well, you've never been to Gay Town, have you? Who's ever been to China Village? Too many Chinese people for a village. They need a town. We don't want village, fuck you. Look at village. We have a billion of us on Earth now. We fight each other, more come out, we need town. You gay, you fat, no baby come out, fuck you, village. We want town. That wasn't racist, by the way, it's just funny. Don't get all PC and me start freaking out, you know, it's just a skinny white bloke doing a Chinese bloke's accent. We all had a laugh, went home, no one got hurt. Nothing happened. Freaked everybody out these days. You racist? No, I just did a Chinese bloke's accent. Never even met him, just made him up. He actually doesn't even exist. Well, it might be offensive to the Chinese. I don't know, I'm not Chinese. But... well, I've got a pretty good feeling they've got bigger things to be concerned about. I don't think an alarm bell just went off in Beijing. Ding, 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 ding. Forget world economy, get that guy. Freaking out of fire. Everyone's freaking out. Plus, you know, I've been to 35 countries on this planet. There's Chinese people living in all of them. Chinese people are everywhere. Chinese people are everywhere. In every fucking country on earth. They're there. I never heard anyone bitch. No one ever says fuck all about the Chinese. You want to know why? Because we all like prawn toast too much. So the Chinese, they build empires a little different from everybody else. So the Europeans started, they thought, let's just go and steal countries and then we can maybe create a global government like this. Then the United States got created and they thought, fuck it, we'll take over, we'll start to bomb the fuck out of everybody, we'll start to take over. And the Chinese just went, restaurants. Just move in, keep head down, be quiet. Get some dragon, firecracker, they're lovely. You want sweet and sour pork? Our time come. Our time come. I dig the Asians. I grew up in Australia, you know, you racist? Fucking racist, what are you talking about? I grew up a white man in a black man's country in the middle of Asia. That's why I'm fucked in the head. I don't know where to go, fuck. I dance around a fire while eating a fucking prawn, I don't know what's going on. Fuck, I feel like baked beans, what the fuck's happening? I go to them for medicine, you know. Sometimes, you know, we're tripping out. I don't trust the white doctors anymore. Sometimes you want to fix your broken leg, go and see them, you know, because white medicine's all based around war. That's what they built from it. Fucking bang, 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 broken legs, holes in bodies, there you go. They even have wars on cancer, battles against this, battles against... See, it's still the fucking psychology. It's unholistic. It's divide and rule. They have kidney experts, liver experts, brain experts. No one knows what the other fucking one's doing. But the whole thing's holistic, and everything's affecting the same fucking thing in one fucking go, and yet we go, I just work on the kidneys. What do you know about everything else? Fuck all. See, which is a divide and conquer strategy, which they do on the planet, and they also do in our psyches by certain things like that. You want the Chinese, they fucking go, wow, something here, fucked. Wanna know why? Here's shit. Hey, no, they're the only doctors in the world sometimes. You just go up to them, they don't have to do fuck all. You just go in there, they go, is something wrong with your liver? Put your tongue out. Oh, kidney fuck too. Eat seahorse. So anyway, I was in the gay village. Fucking this Chinese bloke. Impossible, I'm too tall. You'll get box. You need box. I get milk crate. No, I'm in the gay village. I'm sitting there, I'm having a beer, I'm talking to my mate from Liverpool in England, and suddenly he looks at me. I used to have an earring in my right ear. He goes, "Have you got an earring in your right ear?" I went, "Yeah." He went, "This is a gay pub." I said, "Well, who cares, mate? We're just having a beer." He goes, "Yeah, but this is England, mate." He goes, You've got an earring in your right ear. That's like a sign. Like a sign that shows you're gay, means you're gay. That's weird, isn't it? See, I had to explain to him, see, in Australia, it's when you got your cock in another man's ass. Good to be ahead of the times on a few things, hey? Oh, they're only up to the earring. You've gone all the way, mate. Balls deep. That was funny. The other people in here who grew up in the 60s and 70s, you understood Australia was a macho place, but everything was gay. I grew up in school here, it was all macho. I wanted to do sport, but I was too tall and skinny in rugby league, If you wanted to play rugby league, I was like, because, it fucking hurts. I'll give it a go, but I keep snapping, and there's being, because you're at school. Remember those guys that just, they had beards at 12? Your fucking cock hasn't even come out yet. They're turning up, you fucking, What happened to you, mate? I'm going to try and tackle this fucking week. Oh, fuck off. So I went and did cooking. Yeah, I did cooking. I was into death metal and cooking. I was an angry man, but you got to eat. You be there cooking at school, They're freaking out. It's the 70s. You go, "What are you doing, Hughes? Cooking?" How come you not playing fucking sport, mate? What are you doing cooking? You gay, mate. Fucking gay. And yeah, I'm gay, mate. I'm icing cakes with 30 chicks and you fuckwits are showering together. Go and eat your orange. Go on. But it's certainly not the country the older people here would definitely understand far more than I even would, and definitely not the country that I grew up in, and one I actually haven't really lived in for 15 years, so I haven't seen it change like you people obviously have, but it's certainly turned into a whole different fucking ballgame, hasn't it? Even the media, I was reading the media, everything's so over-exaggerated. I just got back here, I just read a newspaper one day, the first headlines I read was just going, it was in Sydney, maybe it wasn't the same up here, just going, big bold letters. Every Saturday night in King's Cross in Sydney, paramedics risk their lives on the front line of the grog war zone. The what? The fucking grog war zone. It's not a war zone, man. It's just a pissed guy in pie face. Calm down. Stop talking about war zones. You'll have the Yanks here in a fucking second. Just the over-exaggeration of everything. Just, Underneath it said, Australia's biggest problem is alcohol. What really? That's your biggest problem, isn't it? You're going to present that on the international world stage and not feel a tad embarrassed? You're up next, Australia. What's your problem? Alcohol. Well, not AIDS or famine or genocide. VB. In those perspectives, it's quite fucking pathetic. You're hardly on the list for an international intervention fucking force anytime soon. You're wandering into Dan Murphy's with fucking UN peacekeepers. Put the twist off back on the fucking go. It's just the sort of, it's just the way they act surprised. The way they put this thing, like, they can't believe it. There's Australian blokes getting drunk and punching one another. Fuck, when did this start? I don't know, about 1776. Fucking. Going on about coward punches. When we grew up, it was a king hit. You got a fucking king hit, and you didn't get a coward punch. That's a bit gay, that name, isn't it? I mean, you don't want to go, fuck, we did. I got beaten up. By who? The cowards. When I grew up, that was a good thing about the cowards. They didn't hit you. The guys that hit you were really unconsciously cowards, but, you know, that's psychology. See, and I'm not saying Australia's the only country doing this, where the media just exaggerates everything. Great Britain will do it. Oh, news. It's just news is an over-exaggeration of just shit that's going on in your country. The news in all countries. It's just the same all the time, isn't it? You get home, it's been the same for fucking 45 years it's been on this planet. You get home, you finish your 8 hours of slavery, you sit down, they go, g'day. Tired as fuck? Excellent. Welcome to the news. Strap in. Murder, shit, fraud, destruction, car crashes. Some bloke played sports, going to rain on Thursday. Have a good night. No matter where you are in the world, the news tells the people that live in that country, say it's Australian news, they tell the Australians, you people, how shit your country is. They tell you everything that's shit in your country. Look at that, Australia. Look at all that shit. But the tourist board of any country, they tell the rest of the world, what a fucking excellent place it is. Hey, the tourist board's not the news, is it? They're telling the rest of the world, fuck me, Dad, what are you doing over there? Get down here, it's fucking brilliant. Fuck me, Dad, the sun's out, the surf's up, fuck, we'll go to South Australia, get some white wine into us, go up, see Ayers Rock, have a dance with the Abbos, look at the stars, fucking excellent, come on over! Yet the news telling you it's a fucking nightmare. So the news and the tourist board, they should swap jobs. See, if you want to raise the vibrational frequency of the consciousness of society, why are you telling them bad news all the time? Puts you in the flight or fight, keeps the nervous system down, it's fucking more divide and rule. You can't evolve when you're constantly in fear. That's why you should have the tourist board. Just get home from work, go, g'day Australia, finish work, fuck, we did it, brilliant here. Fuck going to work tomorrow, fuck it, we're all going to South Australia, get a few fucking wines in us, get over, have a look at the stars, have a dance with the Abbos, go for a surf, fuck, there's a dolphin, fuck, it's brilliant here. See, perfect. That way everyone will watch the news and go, fuck me, dude, I love living here. Then you get the tourist board, they can tell everybody else I wouldn't fucking come down here if I was you. It's a fucking nightmare. We've got a grog war zone, they fucking get punched in the face by the cowards, it's a fucking shit fight. Fuck off! Then we just do that in everyone's country, then no one will want to immigrate, because the whole world will be watching their own news going, I fucking love living here. You want to immigrate? Fuck that. You see the news? It's fucking brilliant. Oh, God. It's so insane here. This whole country's been brought up in cars and machoism and fucking football and getting pissed and next minute they're freaking out. How you people manage to drive in this country anymore? You got a country that's 400 times the size of fucking Europe. You can't get your cars, V8s, sit there and how do you do it in this country now without wanting to stab yourself in the face with a pen? Driving around just going 60, 70, 80, 40, 60, 50, 60, 70, 80, 80, 60, 50, 40, 60. Is it still 60? It used to be 60. 50, 50. 60, there's a cop, 70, there's a cop, 70, 70, is it still 70? Is it fucking check? 70, 80, 40, school zone, get out! Fucking school, get out! Kids! You fuck the school zone, you go 100 in the school zone. I'll teach those little bastards how to get across the street. Need a fucking school zone for? We never had a school zone, we had a song. Look to the right, look to the left, look to the right again. No cars coming and crossing the fucking street. And it worked, didn't it? Because that's why it's so short, goes into the subconscious. Now you go like this, wherever you are in the fucking world, you get across the fucking street. And you know it worked, because you're all here. Fucking school zone, what a trap that is. Sitting there, why don't you get a woman with a sign that helps? No, we'd have to hire someone then. You know. Then you see school zone, entering school zone. When's the school zone on? Oh, the 2 hours where you're going to and from work. It's totally handy. Get to work on time. How? Then suddenly, after you're through this stretch near the school, you see the sign, end school zone. Yet sometimes you see kids just wandering past that sign. What are they doing in our zone? This is our zone, you cheeky little fucker. Get back there. We have to drive 40 near you. What are you doing in our zone? Well, it's year 18. You should be just helicoptered to your house. Unbelievable. The signs of New South Wales are as intense as Victoria. It's just the signs in New South Wales, just signs everywhere. Signs telling you. Signs. More signs. Just driving around 60, 70, look at the fucking signs. What am I supposed to do? Stop it, slow down, just fucking... Sometimes in Sydney it's just signs that go, slow down! I'm only going 50. Slow down! Fuck to what? Just get out. Is this slow enough? It doesn't even make any sense. Police targeting this, we're targeting that, doing this. It's illegal to speed in New South Wales. It's illegal to speed. Did you know it's illegal to speed? Of course I knew. I got a licence. I did the test. See, those questions were in the test. That's how you get a licence. Is it illegal to speed in New South Wales? Yes. There's your fucking licence. Then you get out there with your licence, they tell you, it's fucking stop it. It's illegal to speed. I know, I did the test. You know what they're doing? They're giving away the answers to the test. We had to read the book. Now these little bastards just drive there. Did you read the book? No, I just read the fucking clues. Look. Why are they targeting us all the time? They put those ones on the motorways up here, those big New World Order ones, electronic ones. Police now targeting drink driving, police now targeting speeding, police now targeting seatbelt use, police now what are you targeting us for? Targeting me? I'm just fucking, stop targeting me. What are you fucking talking about? New South Wales, they can't get a bridge without hanging a fucking banner on it. This one I saw driving to my house the other day. Plan your corners. But before I leave the house? Or do you want me to do it while I'm driving? You plan a fucking corner. I've got a steering wheel. That's how I plan the fucking thing. I mean, I use an Etch-a-Sketch. I was fucked. There's another one. It's unbelievable. Make sure you leave a space between you and other cars. Yeah, I knew that. See, because if I didn't leave a space between me and other cars, I would be the other car. That's how the cars are moving, the space bit. We worked that out. Stop fucking targeting me. Let's go to Ireland. Please use your seatbelt. Yeah, targeting. My favourite one was targeting seatbelt use. Why? Who's driving around in a modern car without a seatbelt? Who's just driving around going ding 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 ding. Can you hear something? Ding now. I'm too busy playing in corners. What the ding 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 ding. You don't have to fucking target me. You'll hear me coming. Ding 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 ding. Here he comes. My favourite one, police now targeting tired drivers. That's everyone coming home from work. They must be busy as fuck. Pull over, pull over, pull over, pull over. Fuck me dead, there's heaps of them. Pull over. How do the cops get home from work? They must be exhausted, walking around with all weapons on in the United States. Fuck me dead. I've been targeting all day, I might drive home. No, you won't. Don't drive to the shops in your dressing gown, you'll be fucked. Here she comes. Get on the ground, bitch. Get on the ground. Wake her up. Wake her up. Taser her. That'll wake her up. It's too much insanity. They have these ones up here. Do you want to be late or do you want a crushed skull? I think I'll go for late. Find as many school zones as possible. Is a crushed skull the only injury you can get, or is there others? I don't know. No, this is where you get crushed skulls here. A few miles up the road, you get broken back. Over here, this is crushed skull corner. Planet. It's too much. We've got more space in this country than the rest of the fucking universe. Slow down. Oh, there's no cunt here. In a fucking Germany, there's about 150 million of them in a fucking country the size of a football album. How far? Football fucking, what do they call it? Album. I don't even know what they are. Stadium, see? Germans drive as fast as they fucking want. How fast can we go here? How fast does your BMW go? 240? Have a crack at it. That's how the Germans managed to invade Europe. You drive as fast as they want. The Germans are coming to Poland. How long do they get here? Fuck, 8 minutes. Right, yeah, it's taking us months to get there. 60, 70, 80, 40, 50, 70, 40. School zone, slow the tank down. Polish just would have been a fucking wall around the whole fucking country by the time we got there. Oh, fuck. Oh. We better go back. 40, 60, 70. Tell you why I don't trust the school zone, because it's got enough. You know, you're not fucking stupid people. Of course you know it's revenue. You're just wondering how we can stop it and stop these lunatics from just. I don't know. You can't stop this system. We have to evolve inwardly and rise above it. Can't stop it. How are we going to stop it? We should, School zone. You know it's for revenue building. Of course it is. If they say it's because we're concerned about the kids. We're concerned about kids. Really? Well, I hear if you get busted in the school zone going over the speed limit, and anyone can get caught in a school zone, you might be a parent yourself that's been caught speeding in a school zone. Then next minute I hear, you get a $450 fine, 6 points off your licence. So I'm sure, when that turns up at the house, and maybe, you're sitting there, the home life's not going too well, you're trying to pay off your $1.5 million two-bedroom fibro house above the flight path, and fucking... Maybe money's a bit strapped and maybe you're not getting on with the missus and the marriage is weakened and you've got 2 kids and it's a really great environment so that the kids are in this kind of environment already and then suddenly $450 fine and 6 points off your licence turns out. I'm sure that helps the environment for the kids to be in. Because they're concerned about the kids. Why don't you give us $450? Well, I could have bought food and clothes for the kids with that. Don't worry about it. Give it to us. Why? We're concerned. concerned about the safety of children. What about emotionally and psychologically? Give us the money. Oh. So, Great Britain, they're coming down here with these kind of sort of intellectual laws, aren't they, like hate crime and so forth, and sort of extensions of political correctness. Hate crime they have in Great Britain. Hate crime is a sort of interesting idea to begin with. Now we're outlawing emotions. No hating. Why? It's against the law. What are you talking about? How can I not hate? I'm not spiritually evolved enough not to hate you. I don't particularly hate on purpose, but really, even I'm living in dualism. Unless I transcend dualism by fucking owning my own shadow and transcending my own fucking conditioning within the fucking dualistic world, then surely I have to hate, because even as you're living in dualism, the more love you create, the more hate will be created to balance it out. Because that's the nature of the construct of the fucking psychology that we're currently in this fucking transformation to a new level of consciousness. If that fucking happens, who the fuck knows? And whether or not consciousness exists, who the fuck knows? But living in dualism, trying to outlaw one emotion and then promoting another one is already fucking bullshit, because it doesn't fucking work. And then the more we'll sit around and go, let's all join circles in love, well, while you're in dualism, the same amount of hate will be created somewhere. And now they're going, no hating. In the simplified film, they put it into the idea of sort of a racist context. They have a fight with a black fella in England, next minute they go, you hate all the black people. It's sort of that blanket rule, you hate them all. What are you talking about? I don't hate them, I haven't even met them all. I mean, I hate that one. Well, I don't even hate him, we just had a fight. Maybe we'll end up as mates. Who the fuck are you? Piss off. My friend, an intelligent man, said, he knows, Steve, hatred is an extreme emotion and it needs to be harnessed, it needs to be curtailed, and it needs to have laws attached to it, because as you know, as much as I do, Steve, hatred leads to things like violence, and violence leads to things as extreme as genocide. I said, mate, we're just having a beer in the gay village. Now I understand your linear construct of emotions dominoing into an effect, which could very well happen. But you're saying that hatred leads to violence, and violence could lead to things as extreme as genocide. Okay. Let's talk about genocide. It's a comedy show. So genocide has been committed and is still being committed in this day and age, and people throughout history, groups, individuals, have committed genocide. Now, did they commit genocide because they hated all these people? Was that the single motivating force to commit genocide? Hatred, because that seems a little irrational, because they didn't know them all. So to just think hatred is the result of this. Or did many groups or individuals exterminate lots of people en masse because they loved power? There's no crime against having power, unless it's the general public having it. So looking at it from that perspective, genocide is a love crime. So where does hate come from? Fear. Hate's not the beginning. Hate must manifest from somewhere. Fear within the unconscious or in the individual himself. So instead of having a hate crime, maybe we should have a fear crime. And that way, we'd have something to get the media on. Now, if they introduce a self-hate crime, then I could be in serious shit. Well, unfortunately, which I'm beginning to discover, which I thought I could run away from my entire life, there's sort of course, there's a level of self-loathing to my personality, which is what makes me a half-interesting performer. Well, you don't want to have a totally well-adjusted stand-up comedian, yeah. So I went to school and I played athletics, and now I've got a girlfriend. She takes ages to get ready. What's that about? What are girls doing there? They're in there for ages. Hey? Women. In the bathroom. Look at what they're doing. They're writing your fucking jokes. Oh, it all seems a bit fucking weird, but people, you know, they prefer to look at something like that. People stop to look at car accidents, not picnics. Someone's slowing the car down and go, what's going on? Oh, he's getting the coleslaw out. She has a lovely blouse. They look very happy. No, they stop to see if you've got a crushed skull. The irony being, if you did slow down and look at picnics, you'd get arrested. What are you doing, mate? I'm just looking at the picnic. Get away from me, you fucking pervert! Oh, look at the dead bodies with everybody else. Oh, God, I have to overcome it. See, I grew up, I thought, I could just escape Jung. Thought maybe I could just smoke pot and watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer, but unfortunately, no. Jung was smarter than me. See, I grew up suffering from the psychological dichotomy of deep-rooted self-loathing and arrogant elitism. I got that from my father, because he's English. And, in fact, one of my ex-girlfriends, which I have many of now, unfortunately, she hit the nail on the head, and when I met her, really, that's when I should have got the Jung book back out. Because when he's young, she goes, you know what you are, Steve? You're a fucking self-loathing narcissist. I think that's the closest anyone's ever come. I said to her, you know, I'd kill myself if I didn't think I'd deprive the world. I know, I think it's all fucking fun and game. Oh. So now, this guy I was seeing, this professional guy, he's quite intelligent, he said to me, Steve, he said, you're a neurotic performer. He said, you're an overachiever and you're a neurotic overachiever. And you can still be an overachiever, but you can't be a neurotic overachiever anymore because you're under the illusion that the fucking madness makes you fucking creative. Yes, you're full of shit, mate. Yes, it's called the Van Gogh syndrome. All you artists fucking have it. You think you're going to be a bit fucked up, screwed up, a bit fucking full of bullshit so that you can actually create. Yes, you're full of shit, mate. Yes, you think the madness is making you creative. Yes, it's bullshit. You're already creative. You're being creative so you can cover up your madness. $150. See, I've been given some wonderful compliments throughout my years of comedy. The world is getting quite mental, and if you have an outspoken voice, and people are trying to, it's great when you say, Steve, we're having a good time, it was interesting, and, it's you're like Bill Hicks or George Carlin or Lenny Bruce, which at the time my ego took on board and thought that's quite a profound compliment because they are amazing social commentators and comedians alike. But see, I finally started to dawn on me that I don't really want to be like any of those men, and that's because they're all fucking dead. They're all dead. People go, come on, Steve, you don't have to be scared of dying. I said, well, actually, I am scared of dying. I'm not scared of death. We're all scared of death on a degree, which you can tell the way the news is filled with fears. I teach them fucking that, because otherwise you wouldn't be bombing fuckers if people weren't scared of death for some alternative reason, but we're scared of death. But I'm not particularly scared of death. It's the dying bit I'm kind of scared of. It's like when you say you fly fly to Perth. It's not that bad once you get to Perth, but that bit in between is fucking shit. See, so I'm sure death is quite, well, fuck, you're dead, it's all right. But how are you going to get there? That's the fucking fight. That's why sometimes I just actually wouldn't mind a sort of massive nuclear apocalypse just to get it out of the way. I know it's a deep-rooted projection of fucking fear and my own stuff, but really, yeah, how are you going to die? Who knows? I don't want some long, drawn-out, miserable fucking thing. I mean, a nuclear apocalypse would be quite. So anyway, I was talking to Sue. Oh, fuck me, that was easy. This is a bit of comedy. I don't know whether I should do to the universe because that's a scorpion, a 5-planet scorpion, and actually speaking more to Indigenous people recently, I understand. I'm supposed to, my spiritual job is to understand and teach what we put out comes back. And yet I've been putting out shit, and as a comedian, and now I've been suffering massive burnout and suicidal depressions, and now, so you get scared. See, Aboriginals know that. That's why they invented the boomerang. They know that on a spiritual level, what you fucking put out. Fucking comes back. I used to play in bands, that was alright. Now I'm doing comedy, it's dangerous as fuck. Gotta be careful what you say, the universe is listening, put it out there. So I used to do this joke going, because people go, I think, these people get cancer and they're just battling cancer. You're brave fucking people, I couldn't battle fucking cancer. You see this fucking smiling, I'm fucking battling cancer. Look at the fucking hell. I don't fucking get cancer, man. I'm not fucking battling shit, mate. I'm gonna freak out. Fuck that. Come on, Steve, you can live with cancer, but I can't even live with a flat, mate. I'm living with some tumour that's not even paying rent. What the fuck is this? We shouldn't even be getting cancer. We should be showing the fuck is cancer. And then you get these people go, my fucking father had cancer for 10 years, or I had cancer. What kind of fucking cancer is that? But gay cancer. It doesn't even fucking kill you. It's cancer that turns up and I just fucking hang around. Fucking trying to kill. No, what do you want cancer? You want proper fucking black satanic deicide cancer. Not a cancer where the doctor goes, fuck me, you've got cancer. You go, shit, what should I do? You should have a wank and a sandwich. That's what you should fucking do. What if I don't have the sandwich? You'll be dead in about 6 minutes. Fucking brilliant. I know it's a hard one to get some groups to laugh at poof to cancer. So I understand, fear is one of my greatest spiritual fucking challenges. I fucking know, I know. I saw a man in New Zealand who wrote that book. You ever seen that guy with no legs and no arms? That's fucking amazing. I didn't ever heard of him. I was in New Zealand. Next minute I pick up a book. There's a bloke with no legs, no arms, on the cover of a book like this. Who the fuck is this bloke? And then I read about him. He's having a fucking great time. I'm reading his book and how to fucking, he's just fucking, fuck it, get into it. I'm sitting there going, I'm fucking getting miserable and freaking out and carrying on, and look at this fucking guy. I've got to fucking wake up to myself. Because this guy, he's not, he must have gone over his spiritual transcendence of fear. Because look at him, he's fucking having a, I was amazed. And I thought, you know what? It'd be better if he got cancer than me. I mean, this guy's brave. I'm not fucking brave, he's brave. Imagine if he got it, cancer of the stump. And they come in, fuck me, I'm sorry, mate, but you've got cancer. Who gives a fuck? Look at me, cancer. I'm going surfing. Fuck you. See? Now I'll put that out in the universe and fuck off. I'm going to bring some fucking Aboriginal fellas with me. Fuck it off. A group of shamans. Tell your poof the cancer joke now. You'll be safe in the stone circle. I was in the Netherlands. This guy came up to me after I did that joke and he goes, "Can I speak to you?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "When you said cancel off the stump, I almost fell off my chair." Oh, dark fucking jokes. Oh. I used to have this joke about being, but fuck it, you seem like you. So I used to have this joke about being born. Like, fuck. Planet Scorpio, this is not going to be easy. If I overcome the challenges, I'll be fucking powerful as fuck. If I eat out of service stations and take too much cocaine and get into too much pornography, I could end up in trouble. Guess where I've ended up? In trouble. So now I must rise without killing myself. See, I was born, as I said, it was a strange fucking thing on earth. I used to look around just, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck are these people up to? I must have done something wrong in the past life. Look at this nose. I've been up to no good. Look at this fucking Russian Rasputin face, sitting on a fucking throne somewhere going, "Kill the children. Bring me their skulls." See, my mother, she was in labour for 8 years. I was just up there. Fuck it. I'm not coming out. I've done bad things. It's gonna be fucking hard. Remember the first Alien film? John Hurt looks in that pod, and that thing goes... and then that thing wraps around his neck. Every time I try to pull it off, it just goes... That's what I was like in my mother's uterus. Every time she pushed me, I'd just spit acid on a cunt. I don't have a punchline for that. I know, it's profoundly graphic and disturbingly violent. I thought it up one night in a hotel room in Wales, and for some reason thought, now I might say that in front of roomfuls of strangers. And now I'm probably in trouble with God. I did that joke in Oxford in England. This woman went, "Marry me!" And then I did it in Newcastle in Northern England. This woman in the second row just went, "Oh, shit." So, I've got to go soon. That's a shame. What were we going to talk about? I was talking about death, Bill Hicks and all that. See. Balance. My intuition was whispering in my ear for years because I was just touring, and the omens were showing up, but I just kept going, yeah, don't worry about it. And the omens, you've got to believe in the omens. We've got to get out of this physical construct, don't we? We have to. So I didn't listen. Now I've got to rebirth. Fuck. My age, I was pretty, oh great, I can stop. Now I've got to fucking... Where's your girlfriend? She's fucking someone else. How long did it take you to do that? Well, I rolled a cigarette. Fucking Virgos. Virgo. Thanks, Steve. That was fun. Anyway, let's move on. Excuse me, I'm 5 planet Scorpio. I have emotional waters that go all the way to fucking Pluto. Where are you gone? Fucking someone else now. Thanks for the holiday. Bye. See, balance was being whispered in my ear. Somehow we need balance. We can't keep just attacking the system. It's not going to work, do we? So we have to actually go inside. We have to do inner work. That's what I've discovered. I was supposed to be doing inner work for years. I was smarter in my 20s, but then I got involved in the world. Now I have to go in again. I have to go in and deep, and that's what we do. We can't get out of the system. We can't. We're going to stop the system. We can't. We have to get out of it. Deep inner work, and also just small forms of rebellion. It's easy because we can't have a revolution because that means we'll all have to get together and have a meeting. That won't work. You know, it'll take us ages to get here. 60, 40, 80, 70, no, fuck me dead. I'm late for the revolution. School zone! Oh, fuck, I'm never going to get there. And then when we do get here, then we'll have to sort of, try and agree on something, and most of us wouldn't even agree on what DVD to get out, so that's not going to work. Then we can't have a violent revolution because, we haven't got any weapons. They took that off us in the 70s when they rigged that Martin Bryant false flag thing and said, hand in your guns, we'll give you a fucking black and decker work, mate. And we went, fuck, mate, yeah, that'll be fucking... So now we've got no weapons because you can't even have a glow stick without being a terrorist, so... If the general public has weapons, that makes us extremists, like these Muslims who live in tents. They're extreme. I love the way you listen to the news, eh? We're attacking extremists. How are you attacking them? Oh, we've got F-16 Hawk jets laden down with 500-pound depleted uranium shells, and we drop them on the extremists. It's good to be up here with the moderates. They've got the extremists down here. They're in their fucking tents with their second-hand Russian rifles from the 70s. Tink! Tink! And we're up here with a stealth bomber gun, these fucking extreme bastards. We can stop corporate stuff. We can have a revolution. It's easy to stop corporate stuff. You just don't go. Most of you probably don't. The problem is we need to speak to the mainstream. See, you're not the mainstream. I come from death metal world, so I used to think anyone that had a normal pair of trousers on was mainstream. But I was going, it's not. It's a mainstream. They don't go anywhere the Matrix doesn't tell them. That's why you never want to get famous through the system, because you don't have fans, because they're the mainstream. Just, are you good? Yep, they've been told you're good. Then you disappear for 6 months. Well, I forgot about you because we weren't really into you anyway. But we've got to make those people say, we need to get rid of, say, you get rid of Starbucks, KFC and McDonald's, you could get rid of it if you just didn't go. We wouldn't have to have a revolution. You just don't fucking go, and then like a flower that doesn't get water, it doesn't get cash, it just vanishes. And then it will just vanish. It will just simply fucking vanish. And that'll be a great revolution because we don't even have to do anything except just not go. You don't go. It's easy, isn't it? It's just... And then it's like voting. Just stop. Imagine if no one shows up. Where are they? We're just at home. I tried to get here, but the school zone was enforced. So if we don't go to McDonald's and it would just shrivel, wouldn't it? And then, of course, the powers that be, the corporate structure, would understand that there's a singular ideology going along among the people. So then they'd go and get the cops, they're sort of their corporate guard dogs, and they go, they've got some kind of idea amongst themselves. They must have a group. They must have a fucking group. You better get out there and disgruntle the group, go and find their leaders, and we'll go, well, we haven't fucking got any because we haven't even met. We're going, where are the leaders? We're going, I don't know, mate, I'm just sitting at home. Making a sandwich. Yes, a spiritual and tactical balance. See, that's what George Carlin understood that Bill Hicks and Lenny Bruce didn't understand. Bill Hicks, Lenny Bruce, they die young. Why? Because they just attacked. They just attacked. But George Carlin understood, I can attack. But understand, if you're always going to attack, you've got to balance yourself out. And if you're going to do comedy involving genocide and heavy political issues, you need a couple of fart jokes and knob gags in there to balance yourself out. Hicks and Bruce are just too full on. Next minute, back Carlin, yeah, well, because, you know, farts are as real as genocide. They both exist within the construct of reality. And some people's farts are as concerning as genocide sometimes. So, especially if they've been to McDonald's. So, this woman came up to me once, she said something, she goes, Steve, how come as an adult, farts are still funny? I said, that's because God understands balance as well. See, farts are God's way of making poo funny. Because shit's not funny. Unless someone else steps in. But then they might walk in your house. See, so farts, they're a way to balance it out. They're a funny construct to make light of a frightening reality. Shit. Oh. Some people say God doesn't exist. I understand, of course. What I used to think, they used to go, God doesn't exist, Steve. And I used to go, yeah, I know, but for someone who doesn't exist, fuck me, a lot of people have heard me. How do you get the whole world to hear of you when you don't exist? I mean, you'd have to be a god. Quite an impressive job, really. You heard of God? Of course. Where is he? He doesn't exist. But we've all heard of him. Yeah, that's fucking brilliant. I'm sure God doesn't exist the way we were taught. An old bloke on a beard, of course, you know, it's just flying around, chariots, lightning bolts shooting from his fucking fingers. Which is a shame, because, you know, I'm into heavy metal and that would be quite brilliant. You know, just some lunatic on a golden chariot. Here he comes. It's funny, you know, God is just, you know, it's just another word, isn't it, really, for source or fucking something that we've all come from that we can't quite put our fucking fingers on. Just, you know, the atheists, they're funny as fuck, you know. They're hilarious. They just know. I know. Science told them. God doesn't exist. And even if he does exist, Steve, we just made him up. Well, if you made him up, then he exists. Because now he exists within your collective imaginations and the collective construct of consciousness, and he exists within a fucking idea. Now he fucking exists. See, that table never used to exist. Someone made it. Now it exists. We go, yeah, Steve, we could burn the table. We go, yeah, you could. But you still have the idea of the table. And the only way to become a true atheist is to get God to stop believing in himself. And how are we going to do that? I don't know, because I don't take mushrooms anymore. You're lucky I'm alive. So I'll come over here and look for the mic stand. They never give me one. So it should go. It's a shame, because, you know, what are we going to do after this? Thank God that I've stayed with Mark. He's been very kind. I hope to do the shows, and at least I get to stay with some wonderful people I've met on the whole thing. It's usually comedy. I was in bands for years. That's great. At least you've got someone to hang out with. Comedy. Great when you finish the show. Where are you going? Hotel. What are you going to do there? Smoke in the car park? Wish the window would open. The window doesn't open. I wonder why I can't get women. Come on, Steve. Women love men who make them laugh. Yeah, they do. They don't fuck them, but... Well, think about it, really. You think women are sitting around on a Friday night getting dressed, having a few wines, putting their makeup on, going, you know what we should do? What? We should meet some comedians. What about football players or rock stars or rich guys? Let's get some badly dressed neurotic men who spend all their lives in Holiday Inns. They might invite us over there. They have those little milks. God, because some people think women want artistic men, and some women like artistic men. It's not just a generalisation I'm making. You feminists are just... But, really, at the end of the day, from the way women have been conditioned to a degree, they might think they want artistic men, but on a deeper subconscious level, what they would really prefer is a half-violent bastard that can unblock a toilet. I'm sure they can survive in their own spiritual selves if the fucking yin and yang energy of the planet is fucking created within this male-dominated hierarchy that we live in. Of course, there's a conditioning in women that just through tribalisation, even when we better get a half-violent cunt for a bit of protection. You can unblock a toilet because you can take a shit. Because, all I can do is play drums and do comedy. I've never owned a screwdriver. I'm in fucking trouble, If I ever get a fucking other girlfriend... Well, I will someday, but not yet. I have to go and see the shamans. But I'm not joking. And then, so maybe one day, because if I don't, then my girlfriend will be going, Steve, the toilet's blocked. And I'll be going, well, look at that. I've written a poem. I'll read it to you while I take you to Burger King for a shit. Let's go. Come on. I get married, I'll have to marry a couple. Some bloke around the house to do so. Steve, the toilet's blocked. See Richard. I'm making pancakes. It's a problem with big men. That's why that's why we're the creative ones to a degree. We're all the ones in the bands and with the chefs and with the fucking comedians and with the fucking artists and the feminists stand up. What are you talking about? We're creative as well. Calm down with the divide and rule strategy. Relax. No, women are creative as well, but if you want to look at all the bands and all the fucking stuff, it's men. That's because the society's stuff. It's not because the society's fucking dominated. It's because men need to fucking create something so we can validate our existence. Women don't need to validate it on such a creative fucking level because they can give birth. They already have the fucking gift of the greatest creation on fucking earth. So that's why we're running around cooking and fucking climbing mountains and making bands. Look at what we're doing. Look at what I've done. Look at what I've done. And then you go up to women going, why don't you write a song? Why should I write a song? I can make fucking people. You unblock the toilet, you gay bastard. See, I did this joke, this offended a woman in Perth, because women have a power over men, the sexual power, they know they do, and course you fucking do. I mean, there's some men that are just so gorgeous that women go, ah, la, la. But none of those men are here tonight. just around fucking women. That's what they do. There is those men, they do exist. And, oh my God, and women go, ah. The rest of us, they got the power over us, don't they? They're always going, ooh, would you like some of this? And we all go, yeah. And we go, maybe. And we go, ooh. Would you like these? Perhaps. Fucking primordial power and a half. Nature gave women that power over men. You've got that power over men because we can beat and kill you. But we would prefer to love you. Just that we could. And nature went, fuck, you better give him something. Put club down, get cock out. Well, I should go. Mark's been trying to get me off the stage for ages. If anyone wants to come around for a tiny milk party. Doesn't take long, you only get 2 these days. So. Cheers, baby. Thank you very much for attending Mark's thing. It's been wonderful for letting me come on this thing. And I mean, I don't know. And if anyone knows any shamans of good repute, that's some you found on this ayahuasca holiday. No, fuck you, idiot. This is me shaman, Tim. I know. See, I keep looking for the mic stand. I have to just put. Yep. Thank you very much. See you in the future. Have a good day. Night. And drive safely.